Hi, very good morning to everyone. A very good morning to everyone. Good morning, everyone. So, welcome to this second day on Google App Engine. We are working towards understanding a very interesting technology, Google App Engine, which is there. A very good morning to everybody. So we are talking about Google App Engine. So yesterday we just looked at a control panel, and did any one of you manage to I would say touch the Google App Engine, in the sense, say hello, use it to upload hello world application? I know there were some problems which were facing, but did any one of you actually were able to do it? Is my question. First, I'm asking a good thing, like, were you able to touch Google App Engine using your Gmail ID? Anybody in any center? Wow, I can see one yes, I did it, from Delhi CP. Very good. So today morning when I was coming, it was very cloudy. So I was very happy. It's very cloudy in Delhi. And we are talking about cloud computing, and so it's good to see that Delhi CP has managed to reach the cloud. So trust me, this initial setup is what is slightly complex, in the sense, first time you're doing it, connecting to Google Engine. The remaining things will become familiar once you are able to at least get to the hello world part. So I'm asking Delhi CP got to cloud. Any other success story out of people who are there? Anybody else was successful in touching the cloud? Wow, there is a link which is there, pettygoods119411.ascot.com. Okay. So this is a very good sign. Thank you, Delhi CP. Who is it at Delhi CP? Name, please. I can only see guest 01. I don't see name. Please, what is the name in Delhi CP? Name. Maninder Kaur. Hey, good. Great, Maninder. Excellent. And anybody else? Anybody else was able to do the first or second exercise? Activity, actually exercise. Excuse me. Similar. So anybody else was able to touch cloud, Google Cloud? Wow, I have created a Java application, and that is NS32. Karthi. Hey, great. I'm so excited for you. Excellent. Oh, great. Okay, so now we come to the, I can see two people who have said yes. So, okay, let me poll over here. How many of you are able to touch Google Cloud? And how many of you have not been able to touch Google Cloud? Let's vote yes or no, plus minus. So how many people were able to touch and not touch? So right now I can see 6%. So that's okay. So 12%. Okay. So CPNH were able to touch. And I can see 12% plus 25% negative. Very good. Okay. Good. So now, just look at the red parts, 25%, 31, very good. It's actually, we got real hand dirty right now. Our hands are pretty dirty right now, meaning 31% were not able to touch Google Cloud. Okay. And 12% were able to touch. And is that like 100%? Still it doesn't make 100%. So is that all? Anybody else who's to vote? Anybody else has to vote over here? Anybody else has to vote? So okay, so that's okay. First day we were getting our hands dirty. We struggled. That's okay. That's why I told you it's an app engine, so it will take some effort from your part to be able to touch it. And 12% positive is a very good sign. I mean, I'm okay with 11% also. Because this is saying that at least somebody was able to do it. I would have been very disappointed if it was 0%. But 11% is very good. That means it has been raining in some parts. I mean, clouds have reached some parts. And I can find CP and NH Center. People have touched clouds. Great. Now it's turn for other people to also touch clouds. So I will continue discussing things as and when we progress. And other people also keep on trying. We have to discuss about troubleshooting and all. So what I have is right now, this is the plan for today. See, I have 9 to 11 this studio available. Then 11 to 1 there is a break for studio time. I don't have the time available. And 1 to 3:30 again I have the studio time available. This is the air time which is very precious. And so between 11 to 1 we'll again talk about through Adobe Connect, trying to figure out what is going on. You also keep trying how to connect it and troubleshoot it. So let's utilize the studio time effectively. And I will talk about more concepts and discuss about Google Cloud. And you have to keep on perseverance, meaning you keep on trying to reach Google Cloud. The first step is the toughest one. Trust me, after that it is very, very simple. In the sense, then it becomes repetitive. Once you know how to upload things, you know you can do it again and again. So as I told you yesterday, first thing yesterday morning I asked you before opening Google Cloud, are you okay? Are you okay with dirtying your hands? So you said yes yesterday. I remember. So all of you had said yes. Nothing wrong with failures. It just means that there is something which is still missing. Some link is missing at your end, and you need to just debug it somehow. And it could be that I may not have encountered that error which you are encountering now. So then there could be a couple of strategies to figure out how to overcome it. So one method was you have to be sure that your system is pretty clean and meets the requirements which are there for touching cloud. In case there is something which is extra in it, then you have to ensure that settings are checked. Okay. So I'm excited that you are trying your best to reach Google Cloud, and even if you have to stretch out for more hours this week to touch cloud, please do that. It's worth the effort. Now, why are we doing this course, or why is it interesting, or why should we keep on trying? So my answer to that, or I should ask you, is yesterday we talked about Google technology. A lot of times we keep on, think that I should make this application or should make this particular site or something, but we really don't have the server available, or we don't have the infrastructure available to do all that. Now this is one opportunity we have to be able to host a live thing. Otherwise my Hello World will be just on my lab computer. Here my Hello World is available to all over the world. It was a simple application we did yesterday, Hello World. But we said Hello World to the real world, outside. It was not just on one lab, one computer. And my work was seen throughout India. I mean, you guys are people who watched the site which we made. Similarly, what you are making or you are uploading, other people in your can always look at that link. I mean, I'll just note down that link again and I'll check it out. But then what that means is your work is visible throughout the world. Okay, so your visibility is there, your work's visibility is there, and you have an opportunity to test your idea. What does that mean? I have some idea that, okay, in my community this kind of system should be there. Let's say I have a community, let's say of 500 people I know, and 500 people should work like this. They should all connect on this site, and they should interact with each other, collaborate, and all that. So I make a site, but I never really try it out. I never really host it. I don't go outside my lab. I know how to do all that on my system, but there is a hosting cost, domain name cost. I don't really make it practical. So then my idea remains on my lab computer only. But this gives me an opportunity to be able to reach out to the people and experiment with it. Once my idea will get more people using it, then the site will start functioning, in the sense, then its utility will come into being. So this is a very interesting tool, good opportunity for all of us. So let's poll once again. Should we continue with this Google App Engine now? Let's poll. Should we continue with this technology, or is it too complex and our failures are saying that I was not able to do it, so leave it, it's very complex, I will never be able to do it? So I can see some good response. 38% says, yeah, we should continue. Great, thank you. So I told you yesterday also that these are new concepts. So new concepts will take in some amount of effort in understanding, implementing, and then the rewards will be coming like that only. So as I was saying that this engine is a big thing. It's an engine. The name itself is an engine. It's not a small hello world see out statement which we had written yesterday. We had hosted one application actually on the Google infrastructure. So it's a very interesting thing to do that. Now again, like coming back, when we are daily talking about Gmail, etc., we are getting so used to it that we forget that it is actually Google's providing it free, and we are using it, and we have so got used to YouTube and Gmail and things like that, that we have started to take it for granted. So this is an opportunity for us to be able to use that technology, understand that technology, and maybe build upon that technology. I know, a lot of times we learn a lot of technologies, but we don't implement it. But here the result is instant, available to the world to see. So it's an interesting thing. Let's continue and let's look at some more ideas, some more concepts. In the meantime, just think about how I can help you or how you can help yourself. Please think of creative ideas, how you can touch the cloud. It's like reach the cloud, because remotely on your system, what is the configuration, where it's going wrong, it's very difficult for me to debug. And debugging is also part of this, getting your hand dirty. So please keep on trying, try again and again, and I'm sure once you hit it, then other things will keep on following. So I have a very good new concepts for you guys to understand. But then if you are going to say that it's difficult, then it will be difficult for everybody. But then if you keep on trying, I'm sure you will succeed. So let's continue with this Google App Engine story. We have just now touched the surface of it. We will be going deep into it in the next 4 days. So utilize this time maximum, and all the best from my side for you to reach Google Cloud. So let's continue for more stuff to come and more rain to come. Okay. Okay. So introductions. Okay. One more thing. I didn't see many of you on the Adobe Connect yesterday. Hopefully you are doing it on yourself. You felt you were there, but I would really want you to be there on Adobe Connect whenever we are, so that we can keep in touch this week as much as we can. There was this error which was coming for everybody. Not everybody, I would say, but some of you were getting some kind of blank screen yesterday. I have not seen such kind of error earlier, so I don't know why it is occurring. But I will just give you few tips. Maybe you should try it out. I don't know exactly how your system is configured, but let me just give you a few tips. Maybe one of them may work, maybe it doesn't work, but I will just still show you my system settings. So your system settings should be similar to mine to be able to touch the cloud, Google Cloud. So technical difficulties for me also in the morning. So okay, so I have this full size something. So what is the settings which I'm talking about? See, sometimes maybe In Chrome also, you may be signed in. Okay, so in case it is signed in, just sign out, because I think it may be that somebody else is logged in over here, and there is a conflict in the new account you're using. It's good we get mail for the system configuration. We need to run smooth. I didn't get this, Ananya. It's good we get mails for the system configuration. We need to run smoothly apps. Didn't understand that. Okay, so what I'm saying is that it may be that your system is already somebody has signed in to Chrome, and now when you're using Google App Engine, that credential is different. So it may be a conflict which is happening, or also you do something like clear the cache. So clear all the clear everything actually. Maybe something is already saved, some cookies are saved, something is holding it back, some previous setting is done, something is already configured. So delete all the history and clear everything in the browser so that it's fresh, everything is clear. So maybe even reset settings to default. Everything is set to default means there is no problem with the Chrome browser. So one is that, because when you log in, this is where this Chrome login will also come. So you should generally switch off. I mean, so that this does not interfere with your understanding. So where was my Eclipse? What I did yesterday was I installed Eclipse in front of you. I downloaded my this thing. I downloaded its Google App Engine plugin. Then I downloaded or installed or uploaded my first application, Hello World, yesterday. Steps are there in the lab guide. Please try it again today for people who are not able to do it. Second one also is an interesting way of doing it. What we are doing is we're taking a template and then we are going to implement that template in form of a Maven application. Yesterday, finally, we were able to successfully see Hello World. So these are the two key applications starting, which should we all be able to run. Once you're able to do that, I'm sure you will be in a position to see the benefits for the remaining sessions because these concepts will be used. So okay, since I changed my workspace, I don't have those applications available. So this was Maven applications which we were seeing yesterday. And finally we saw this kind of a screen. So there is a small task which says over here, task 3.1, which is nothing but saying that if there is already an existing Maven application, Maven project, then how we can use that particular project to, how we can import an existing project in Eclipse. So, for example, yesterday we made a project. I want to import it in this workspace because it's not visible right now. So what I will do is, why this error was happening, because one instance of Eclipse was already running. Yesterday, this instance of Eclipse was already running. That is why the error was occurring. So now I've got two instances of Eclipse running. So I'll just close this one, which I started today. Okay. So this is yesterday's Hello Maven and Hello World. These are the two applications we have deployed on Google App Engine. I have more applications to deploy and show you. So my request is that just check your settings of your system. Also check if there is some kind of firewall, something which is blocking your system to access Google. It shouldn't be there. Network is proper. System has software which is proper. Because Google servers are already running all over the world, people are accessing and doing the same thing, which you and I are doing for the first time. So there's nothing problem with. Okay. One question is why those red errors are occurring. Yeah, see, we have imported an existing project from the internet, and some of the libraries may have got outdated. That is why those red marks are coming. So you can ignore those errors for now. That is not important. So we are not worried about those red parts. We have imported one project which is an archetype, which was already present on the system, and now we will continue from here. Okay. So, okay, before that, let me just do one more time. I will just locally run this, deploy it locally. Right click, run as Maven build App Engine dev server. Dev server means my own system, local system. So I'm just deploying it once more on my local system. I'm waiting for it to complete. No, this warning could not open create pref root node. This is nothing to do with this. This is generally something to do with Eclipse. Okay, very good. Now, yesterday I told you this is what should come. Dev server is now running. Okay, now what we had done yesterday was taken this and put it in the browser. This is the output which is coming. I wanted to show you one more thing. There is one more admin console which is available, and note down this address also. This is 8080 underscore AH admin. So when you say 8080 underscore AH admin, you will get a local console, which is something similar to the console which is available online, but this is what is happening on your system. And there is a data store viewer which will be showing what is there in your data store locally, task queues, XMPP, inbound mails, modules, capability status, and full text search. So currently this is just for your understanding that just like the console which was available online, there is an admin console available for offline testing also, which is Google App Engine. It has this the console which is visible on your screen right now. And the site address is localhost :8080 /AH/admin. So this is a link for you to remember. Is this clear? Yes, no? Can you vote on this? We'll continue after that vote. Okay. Great. Okay, I forgot yesterday. I needed your Gmail IDs also. In fact, I made a group and only one person had actually joined that group. Now let me think, how can I get your Gmail IDs? I want to get your Gmail IDs, whoever is participating in this course. So how can I get your Gmail IDs? Let me think, better ways. And I want it in one place. I don't want it different place. So let me say no, don't send me on this. Don't send me on this. I don't have time to type. Come here. Wait. Okay, let me think. Okay, can you all send me a mail on this mail address, nitgae3@gmail.com. Just send me a mail on nitgae@nit.com. Also mention your name and center, where you are from. If you have a photograph, I would like to see that also. I mean, so that I know who I'm talking with. I cannot see you right now, but I want to be in touch with you. So send me this site address is email address is NIITGAE. I should write it down somewhere. NIITGAE3@gmail.com. Right now, this is a temporary address. Hopefully, so I don't want to miss your emails in other mails I have. So just send me mails on NIITGAE3@gmail.com along with your names. Even I would like you to describe about yourself what you are. Send me a hello mail at NIITGAE3@gmail.com so that this Google team is connected using Gmail. I will do something about your Gmail IDs once you send it to me. So please send me a mail on NIITGAE3@gmail.com. Do that during the session, after the session, whenever, but I should have your Gmail IDs. Even NIT IDs I should have, but I have it somewhere. But I want to use Gmail IDs. Okay. So this was about one new concept of the local console having being there. Great. One mail I have just got. So you can see Google's technology at work. Mail has come from Maninder. Great. So others can also send me the mail, hello mail. I would want to see. Firstly, I also want to know how many participants are there. Yesterday we had actually reached around 24 in the afternoon, but right now I can see only around 20. So I think some 4 people are not joined in by now. So yeah, it's sad, but great. I have got 2 mails. Okay, you continue sending my mails. I will continue with my session. I would by the end. Great, Karthi, Natrajan. Great, I got your mail. So I will continue with my session. Others, please send me your mails. It's more like an attendance. Today's attendance is your mails. You send me a mail, you're attended today. That's a good idea, I would say. Your email to me today saying hi, and use your Gmail ID preferably to send me a mail using your Gmail ID. Okay, so let's go back to our slides. So just a small recap, we were at this point, like online there is the site, but right now what I showed you was this URL. This URL is what I showed you. Oh, underscore. Can I clear this also? Okay, great. Okay. So this is the address. Localhost 8080 _AH_admin. So if you have your system in front of you, and I think this admin address, all of you should be able to see. If you have done that, if you are deploying locally using Maven, 8080 happens with Maven projects. And I think if you have, okay, one more question for everybody. How many of you were able to run that Maven project? Maven project Hello World. I know first one somebody got stuck. So what about second activity, which was Maven based? So did anybody manage to reach to Maven based Hello World? Slide is invisible. Should be visible. Okay, Anjali says she managed to reach. Or okay. So okay, my question again. Everybody, I'm resetting the counter. There was a second exercise of Maven based. Can you say plus or minus, saying whether you were able to do it? The Maven based project, Hello World. Because it took time for you to download. It would take time for you to download it. And if required, just switch it on and go and have a tea or coffee or lunch and come back when you start it. But I would really want you to keep on watching when you're having tea. It's downloading a lot of APIs and for the first time, right? So once you do that, you will be getting this. What is not Luna got an error. Okay, unable to install Eclipse Luna got an error. Somebody saying and Cartesian. Okay. What is there to install in Eclipse? The zip file has to be unzipped. There is nothing to be installed. Only thing is the DL. You have to download the Eclipse plugin, which happens on the internet. So where are you stuck is a different question right now. Eclipse is not to be installed as a setup. It's just unzipping of it. So other than that, probably it requires Java path should be set. Okay. In case you're one more important tip for people who are having issues. Tip. See, your path variable should have Java. For example, over here, I have C program file Java JDK 1.7, and when I say Java version, I should be able to see something like this, something like 1.7 or 1.8, so that Eclipse is able to pick up Java compiler. So this is important for your systems to run this setup. Java should be there. But since you guys are already Java experts, it's a very trivial thing I forgot to mention. Okay, so continue from here. Okay, so as I was telling you about this local administration console, when you are going to use it later on, when your entities and kind are, meaning your data is there, then it will get populated with the data. Your tasks, if you're putting in, then it will get tasks over here. And so this will be used for local debugging, some of it. And once you click on it, you will be able to see all these screens on your screen. So this is what we did yesterday. We were talking about Google App Engine using Maven, which is a tool that can be used for building and managing any Java-based project. Maven repositories are the collection of jar files. Maven archetypes allows users to create projects using templates which is based on common scenarios. App Engine artifacts are the built-in templates. And App Engine artifacts means there are these predefined skeletons or predefined programs. Guestbook is one program, App Engine skeleton archetype is one program, hello-endpoint archetype is another program, and endpoint skeleton archetype is another program. These are pre-built architectures which can be downloaded and modified and then worked on. Okay, so let's continue. I will talk about, I've shown you about developer console. I've shown you local administration console using _AH admin today morning. So this is what I am using code Ttt. Is that a problem? Run apps. No, I think 888 will happen when you're using the normal web application. 8080 happens when you're using Maven-based applications. Automatically, it will be using 8080. 888 will be used when you are using the first method, that is through the this web-based application, normal Java application. So we clear this. Clear the screens. I have my screen, my photo also on the side, so that you can see me. Okay. This is new controls for me. So now at least you can see me, and this is the session 4 we did just now. Okay. So utilizing this time, now we'll talk about introduction to Google Cloud Endpoints. Yesterday I told you we'll get our hands pretty dirty, and some of you have really got it dirty because you're struggling right now. It's okay. But then next step of it is looking at the engine, this nuts and bolts which are here. We have to look at it and see it closely. We have to get into this cloud. Yesterday we saw how many servers are running. So a virtual machine which is running in a data center, we are getting closer to it, looking at it inside it, and these are all applications which are being deployed on it. So we have to get inside it. And one of the important concepts is cloud endpoints. You can think of it as an analogy as your wires or something. Okay. You can think of it as when you open an engine. In the engine, there can be a lot of wiring, a lot of things, signals being sent. So APIs, endpoints, are the end connectors from where the data will come or go. Okay. So just like there's a battery, but from battery is the storage of charge. But there has to be an endpoint connector where you connect the wire, and from there the electricity will come out and your bulb will be lighted. Or when the car is running, there has to be a connection from where that battery will get charged. Battery will have to be charged again and again. Similarly, data is there in the database or data store, but there has to be some endpoints, connectors, connection from where we are going to connect to the data. So we are going to talk about Google Cloud Endpoints now, and we'll try to implement Google Endpoints in this session. And The question is, what is the use of this Google endpoints? In this question over here is how to create a public API for App Engine application which can support multiple devices. Okay, what does that question mean? Okay. Terminals. Yeah, terminal of battery, right, Pranita? You can think of it like that. So, how to create a public API for an App Engine capable application which can support multiple devices. What is this guy really thinking? He's thinking, I would want to make a application which is going to be, let's say, storing some information, which is data. But people can use different types of devices. They can use an Android phone, they can use a tablet, they can use a laptop, desktop. All of them can have different user interface. The application running on the mobile will be different. On a tablet it may be different, and on the desktop and laptop it may be different. So if you have different applications, but the data is going to be in the same location. So how can I create a API or a connection or a terminal from where the data will be picked up by these applications, and the same data will be picked up. So let's say I have this. Okay, let's continue from this slide. This is a data store, okay, where the data is stored, and then I have an app engine. Okay, this is my app engine. Now over here I have cloud endpoints like a terminal, somebody said, for the battery. And from web, from Android and iOS, I am accessing the Google App Engine and probably the data which is stored over here. For example, now how to give a simple example is, let's say I am accessing Facebook, let's say. So I am doing it from my mobile. I am also doing it from my laptop. But the data is the same. Data remains the same. My friend's message, hello Lokesh, let's meet in the evening, is stored in the data store. It's the same message. So I should be able to see it in my mobile, the same message, and from my laptop also the same message. So that will be possible if I am able to use or access the data through some endpoint connection which gives me back the data. So this application may be different. The Android application may be different, iOS application may be different, web application may be different, but it will respond back with the same message back saying let's meet in the evening, and will be displayed on my screen in my laptop or my mobile or my tablet, and that is the beauty of using endpoints. So Cloud Endpoints is a product of Google Cloud Platform that creates public APIs for the App Engine application which supports multiple devices of different vendors. Endpoints help you to easily create web backend for web clients and mobile clients such as Android and Apple iOS. Endpoints provide critical infrastructure such as OAuth 2.0 authentication. So you are also, not everybody should be able to access the data which is mine. So there is an authentication built in or can be built in. The client libraries created using endpoints allow developers to simply make a direct API call. Custom domains are not supported by cloud endpoints right now. So this is one concept of endpoint. Another example showing the same endpoint is I have got different devices, a browser, iOS or a Android, and there is an endpoint connection. I've opened the engine for you now. We are looking inside the engine and there are those wires, terminals, so you can say. And these terminals will be using or connecting to the Google App Engine, and storing the data to the data store, cloud data. Or it may also call some other web APIs on another app engine. It can be done. So you have APIs library available in Java, Python, Go, and PHP. There are auto-generated client libraries for Android and iOS, built on Google API infrastructure, provide support for local development, and built-in support for OAuth 2.0. These are cloud endpoints. These are the different features which they provide. Once you use it, it will become more clear. How to create these endpoints, how to use these endpoints, we will have to see. So, the common workflow, how to create an endpoint, like how to create that connector. These are the steps. Firstly, we need to create a backend API project and then write API backend code. So, we'll have to write this code in Java. Then we have to annotate API backend code so that the classes and client libraries can be generated from it. There is an annotation. There is a special symbol or special command for that. Then we generate the client library using Maven Google plugin for Eclipse or the Endpoint CMD command line tool. And then we write the client app using the client libraries while making calls to API backend. This is the using of that cloud endpoint. This is the writing of the client app. Here we are creating the backend API. Here we are creating a client application which is using that API. So, endpoint annotation defines API configuration. So, how do you create it? Like the code which is going to be used to create this endpoint. So, what we do need to do is there are some classes and methods which are used to create it, and one of them is com.google.api server SPI config API. So we need to import this annotation to create this, and the annotation is @API method. So this is going to be used. @API method is used to provide different API configurations to the endpoint method. All public methods of the class with @API annotation are automatically exposed in the backend API. So once I will show you the code, you will see this annotations. These are called as annotations. They are put before a particular class or a method or a variable. Different types of annotations are there, and they will be used by the system to create the endpoints. So @API annotation is used to set the configuration of whole endpoint class. This is a sample code which is used to create a API. So this is the name. My API is the name, version let's say V1. It's got some namespace. Owner is greetingsexample.com, TechSoft in. Scope is defined over here, constant email scope. Client IDs who can access this API is defined by this client ID. And description, it says API for greeting endpoints. So public class first API, and then there will be some content over here. The code will actually come here. What is that API actually doing? So this is a standard code for defining an endpoint. Defining an endpoint. So we'll see this code, and there's some comment entry over here, but actually there will be actual code over here which will actually do the work of accepting the data or displaying the data or whatever. Then there is an API annotation, so API method which is there. So API method annotation is used to override the default API configuration provided by the @API or API class annotation. The following code illustrates how to use the @API method annotation. So this will define a method. firstly we define an API, and this is defining the method, the function of that API. So here what we are doing is, in this method, the name is hi there. The name of this method, the function is hi there. So it's just a HTTP get method, public my bean hi there at the rate name, string name. So it's accepting a name as a parameter at the rate name. It's a string which it is accepting as one of the parameters, and it's saying as a response there is a new object of bean being created. Java, I think everybody clear with that, and it's just going to display a message hi and the name. Let's say hi location or something, and it will just return that. So this is just a small function which will just say hi location or hi whatever your name is, whatever the name is being passed as the parameter. So we'll see how to configure this. So using this activity. So the activity over here is, you're working with a web developer at Technosoft. You have been assigned a task to create a simple backend API using Eclipse and Maven that displays a greeting message to the person whose name is entered in the text box. So when you enter a name in a text box, it should say hi. Further, you have to test and run the application on local development server and later deploy it on Google App Engine. Backend API should be based on following guidelines. Setter and getter method should be there in the Java Bean class to set and get the field values. The @API annotation should be used to set the configuration of the backend API. Then this is the kind of output we are expecting from this program. The web page should display a greeting message as shown in the following figure while testing and running the backend API on your local development server of Google App Engine. So when you're running this on your local development server, we expect, let's say, the message hi Peter. Peter is somebody who has run this, and this is the expected output. And let's run this. Let's try to do this activity now. I will show you, or try to show you how to do this activity, how to create this endpoint, and how to but before that, I think there is I will just stop this application which is already running. And now what we are doing is we are getting deep into this App Engine, studying how its connections are made using the API. So okay, so this is the activity which we are doing right now. Creating and running and testing a simple backend API. This is the kind of output which we expect. Over here, what we'll be doing is we'll be getting a name being entered, Peter, and over here message will come hi Peter. Okay, this is what we are trying to do. Very simple. Yesterday we did hello, now we are doing hi. But then the significance of this hello and hi is that we are doing it on the web, on the cloud. We are touching the Google's API Explorer. I will try to follow this guidelines. So I have this Eclipse available. So over here it says go to File, New, Maven Project, File, New, Maven Project, click Next button. Click the Configure button. Okay, this we have already done yesterday, so I don't think I need to do it again. These steps are repetition actually. If you have done it once, like once your Google App Engine catalog is there in this list, earlier by default it is not coming. So if it is not coming, then you need to do these steps. Click Configure, Add Remote Catalog, then a dialog box will come, then you type on all this address, and then this in the description, click Verify. Okay, these steps I don't have to, I don't need to do because yesterday I had already done it. These are repetitions, and all I have to do is type Google in the filter text box, and I can see these are the skeletons. These are the Google skeleton projects which are visible now. So from here, this is what skeleton I am not getting. What skeleton I am not getting? Okay, skeleton. Okay, skeleton. Okay. In biology, what is skeleton? Does everybody understand? You have a skeleton system. Bare bones in skeletal system. So a skeleton is nothing but a structure. And what is a structure? It is the structure of directory structure and file structure. How the files and things are stored. So these are predefined give structure. Yeah, absolutely. Karthi is here. It's a structure which is going to be imported. Otherwise, I will have to create all the folder structure and files. So this is a predefined structure. That is what is in what we are doing. Skeleton archetype. It's a simple directory structure. So it's like it. I'm asking you to create a directory structure which is Maven compatible. So that is what we are doing. I had shown you a directory structure yesterday. That is what it is also creating inside. So is that clear with who asked me this question? Hopefully that is clear now. What is skeleton is clear to everybody? Yes, let's poll. Yes, no. Skeleton. This archetype skeleton. What is this skeleton? Clear, everybody? 20% yes. Nobody. Others are not responding. 25 yes. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. So at least 29% have said yes. 33 yes. 37 yes. Great. 41 yes. I don't know why it doesn't go to 100%. Yeah, I don't know. 50% at least have said yes. And 1% has said no also. Yeah. In my system, it is not showing the drop-down list like on your system. Okay. So this catalog you are not seeing in the drop-down list. This catalog you have to configure using the steps in between. Yesterday I did those steps. Today I skipped it because I had already done it. So once you do it, then by default probably all catalog, all this will be coming. Google App Engine is one we have added. Remotely it has picked up these skeletons and put it over here. Ninya, just try again. You should get it. Yeah, you will get it. Try it again. That's get your hands dirty more. Try again. You will get it. Follow these steps, you'll get it. Okay, so let me continue. Google App Engine archetypes. Google archetype. Let's select that. Click next. So it's now picked up some kind of skeleton. Type com.example in group ID. So it says change the App Engine version property value to 1.9.18. Actually, it's already 1.9.25 over here. And today, I mean this month, it's already 31. So it keeps on changing. They keep on updating this. So App Engine version which is currently working is 9.31. So that's what you should all use. Whatever is the latest. That falls in the properties window. Click finish button. Eclipse displays my endpoint project after downloading endpoint skeleton. Okay, finish. So this is a skeleton. So people who are asking a skeleton, this means this is the folder structure which has got created. Like this WebINF, Java, com, example, my endpoint. It has got a default file, constant.java, your first Java API. So all this structure will be created for you. Okay. So you may get this null pointer exception which I just got. So ignore that. And this is the structure. So this is the skeleton. Skeleton is nothing but this thing. So over here in endpoint constant Java, so you have to locate that folder, my endpoint constant Java. There. So I've got this file constants and your first Java API. The code you're going to write in the upcoming steps are available in task files folder. You can copy it from there. So what it's saying over here is that in the folder which data files folder which I have or you will be getting downloading. See, I have this data files folder for data files for faculty. This is, I think, chapter. So this is a solution, my endpoint working solution, and this is a task file. Task file means whatever code and all. I don't really want to spend too much time on typing it, so I have given it as separately. So I can pick up the values from here and paste it in my application. So what it's saying is create the mybean Java class in my endpoint folder. So in mybean, this thing, new create a new Java file over here. Is create the mybean Java class in my endpoint folder. Is show up over here. So after refreshing over here, you can see mybean.java has come over here. So it's a new file, mybean.java, which I have created in my endpoint. And it says over here, add the following code in mybean class. So instead of typing it, I am saying that I already one more application I would want to install over in this system is Notepad++. That I like better than Notepad because it has I'm just taking a small help detour, taking help of Notepad++. Okay, and one more small tool I like is called 7-zip. This is also a free tool. This is a free unzipping utility, which I like a lot. So now once it is installed, I can do right click and say edit with Notepad++. So over here, this is a simple private string message. It's returning get message, and over here it's saying set message function with one parameter string. So all this information has to be put in my bean. Over here, class my bean. Either I can type it in or I can just paste it. So I'm just pasting it to avoid any typing errors and embarrassing myself. So what I am doing, following the instructions over here, it says add the my bean class. Basically what we have to do is we have to put a get and a set method of whatever value we are creating for the endpoint. So we are doing a string like a message. For that we are creating a get message function and a set message function. And we are going to save it now. Now open your first API Java and replace the existing code with the following code snippet. I already have a data file for this your first API Java. This is what I need to put in this file. So actually that file should have all this information. So I will take in all this information, and over here I will just replace everything here. So this is what I have put in over here. So let's study this code. So this is the code which I have put. So this is the annotation @API. So this is saying that this API name is greeting version v1, and this is the domain name, package name, etc. This is the syntax of API definition. Then I've got a public class your first API, and this is again an annotation @API method name hi there, and it's passing one parameter over here hi there named string which is there, and mybean.response. I'm creating that mybean object and saying response as hi and the name of the person or name of whatever message has been sent, and at the end I put return response. So this is creation of the first API. So step by step, if I were to look at it, so I have defined this import statements, and I have put in all this information hopefully as required. JavaX inject name. In the preceding code, @API annotation is defined to configure the whole API. Similarly, @API method annotation is defined for the hi there method, which indicates that this method is an endpoint method. So this is, we are creating a connector, small connection in the system, and that's about it. And let's save this. Save it. And now this task is testing this API whether it's working or not. So right click it and select dev server. Okay, so my endpoint, right click and run as Maven build dev server. So click OK. The magic should start now. Error? No compiler. Okay, yeah, this message you may get. No compiler is provided in this environment. Perhaps you are running a JRE rather than JDK. Okay, you may also get this error. Then, this is a debugging task. Your properties, you have to go to build path. Okay, in the build path, yeah. To add, okay, this is a small debugging thing which you may also face. This error you guys also may have. So let's look at it again. No compiler is provided in this environment. Perhaps you are running JRE rather than JDK. So what you need to do is specify the path actually. So I'm just searching for where that path will come. Okay, right. Here, this dialog box will come. Install JREs. C:\program file Java JRE 7. You need to change this to program files. Java, Java. Okay, see, there are two JREs. Actually, there is one in under Java directly JRE is there, and then under JDK 1.7 there is a JRE. So the path has to be actually under JDK JRE path. By default, sometimes you may see that your path is set to just JRE. Actually, it has to be under JDK JRE path. Then say finish and select this one. Try and see whether it has solved that problem. Run as main build. It seems to be working now. Yeah. Now this seems to be, it's got the right path. So there are two actually things. When you have installed, sometimes what happens is under program files there is Java and then there is JRE. So in that, generally the path is set to program file Java JRE, but you have to set it to JDK and in that JRE. This path should be set. Then your compiler will work. Otherwise you will get that error message, no compiler has been set for this project. Okay, so this is one very important debugging tip for this project. So let's let it run. Let's see what is the next step after it runs. Okay, so it has got localhost, local deployment is done. So now what is the next step which I have to do? So this will start building. So okay, notice that over here we have given some note over here. So if you get an error, no compiler is provided. So you have to do these steps. Run configuration properties, alternate JRE radio button, install JRE preferences, select the JRE in the list box, edit this, replace it with Java JDK JRE. Okay, click finish. So this error will go away. And now what you have to do is type this URL, localhost 8080 _ API Explorer. Okay, till now if you just give 8080, nothing will happen. This is an API. We have made an API. It is not an application. It's a programming interface. So you have to give _ API / Explorer. Okay, you may also get this kind of a warning. In that case, select this shield and say load unsafe scripts. And there is this greeting.api which has just got created, and this is an API v1, and this is a method hi there which is coming in that. Click on it, it'll say name. So what we are doing now is this step. So greeting.api has come. hi there has come. We've got this so we type a string value name, for example Peter, and click execute button. So let it be Peter only. So right now I've got some change. It has got authorize and execute without OAuth. So let me do this execute without OAuth, and I can see hi Peter coming over there. Okay, so small change has happened over the last time when we recorded this. We just used to have an execute button. Now we have got authorize and execute without OAuth. OAuth is nothing but it's over here requesting authorized request using OAuth 2.0. So this API is kind of asking, should I execute it without checking for credentials, or should I ask for credentials and then only allow you to execute? So execute without OAuth, it didn't ask me any username, password, it executed it. Authorize and execute, it will ask me for user credentials, something like authorization, and it will ask me whether I am authorizing it to execute this API. And when I click on authorize, it will ask me to allow. This dialog box will come, and I say allow, and then once it is done, then again the message is same, hi Peter, but only difference is over here this has become on. Earlier on, authorized request using OAuth 2 was off, and this is now on. I mean, so this is, I can click here also, and this as already authorized it, so now hi Peter is coming. So congratulations, this is one endpoint which has got created just now. Very good. We are progressing towards using more of App Engine, and you can see this kind of thing. So now, okay, it's not complete now. This was locally deployed, and now we are going to do it on App Engine. Create. So I have to create first an application or a project first, or if there is already one created, I will use that ID. So what I have to do is, okay, so this was Hello Maven, one project which is already created. I'm not creating a new one. So I copy this ID Hello Maven 1194 from here. Yeah, some question is there. When you use those both type execution, I mean when it is necessary to use specific. We'll come to that OAuth when we'll talk more on Ananya. Right now it doesn't matter whether you authorize or don't authorize. We'll talk about when we study on OAuth how to authorize. So, and what is authorization. So okay, what he's doing is or asking us to do is create a new project, but I'm not creating a new one. I have already got a project created yesterday, Hello Maven. I'm going to reuse it for deploying this application. In this, I go to App Engine web.xml, and here in this application app ID, I have to paste this Hello Maven 1194. Did you get this step, everybody? Let's see. App Engine -web.xml. The application ID has to be pasted where this application will be deployed. So this is again an important thing. Like yesterday we saw how to create a project online. So there is no point in creating a new one. I am just using the same one. I am saying Hello Maven there over here, and then I will say deploy. deploy. Where is deploy? So right now, right click on my endpoint, say Google, run as Maven build, and this time you say App Engine :update. This will update it on the App Engine, this API. So App Engine XML has been modified, save yes. So it will connect to the App Engine and it is going to deploy this fully. So till the time it comes, let me recap what we just now did. We created a small endpoint called greetings, hi there, on local system, and we tested it. If it works locally, chances are that it will work on the App Engine also. So I'm pretty confident it should work, and it's deploying it right now. So notice that now it's not downloading a lot of things. A lot of things have been already downloaded yesterday. If it is not finding something, it will probably download it. But hopefully it should deploy it now. I should close. So, people, have you sent me your emails? I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 mails I've got, but there are more people. See, people who came in late, I told you everybody send me a mail using Gmail account to this ID of mine, nitgae3 at gmail.com. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 people are present only. No, there are more. So please send me a mail at nitgae3 at gmail.com. In the morning I told you, please send me a mail. Very important. So till the time it is deploying, small roll call kind of a thing. Who all is there? Who am I talking to? Today, same people are there. I have yesterday's sheet with me, but anyway, actually I wanted you to send me a mail so that I know who all are there. So, okay, it was stuck, so I was wondering whether it was doing something or not. It is deploying, so wait, patience. So let it deploy. What I'm asking is, how do I check who all are there online? I just ask you send me a mail, and only I can see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people are there. But I'm sure there will be more. There are 24 logins here. Only 12 logins have sent me a mail. So, okay, so great. It has deployed application. Another round of applause required. So now what we have to do is okay, what we have to do is note down this again. Your appid.asp.com/AH-API Explorer. So what is my app ID? My app ID is this appspot.com/API/Explorer. Okay, so what you need to do is give this URL, press enter, and this is coming from the server. So this is on the Google App Engine. Greeting.api is the API which you have created after deploying over on the server. So greeting hi there is the API, and when I click on over here, I've got, let's say, Lokesh, and execute without OAuth. So it's giving a response saying okay, hi there Lokesh, and some message, a kind and a e tag. So it's coming over here. So it's working. So it's supposed to be given like this. When you give it, greeting.api comes, and you select the name and you type in, let's say, Peter over here, and get a response. And that was the end of that activity. Okay. So did you understand this activity which we did just now was creating an endpoint, a small API which is working on the browser, on the Google App Engine server. So let me check attendance time again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've got 16 mail. Okay, I will just say the names of people who have sent me mail. People who have not sent me mail, you will get to know, and you can just type in your name on over here that you have not sent it and I have not received it. Maninder Kaur is present. Chaya Nikam is present. Karthisian Natarajan is present. NIT App Engine. Anuradha from Jayanagar, Bangalore is present. Sangeeta B is present. Swapna from Ghatkopar is present. Then Jyoti Mittal is present. Raj M is present. Amitabha is present. Anjana is present. Anjali is present. Vishnu is present. Sravanam is present. Anil is present from Komangala. Sophia is present, and Aurea Fernandez is present from Bangalore. So anybody I missed out the name, please you can say that you have not sent me a mail or you will send it right now. But for now, yeah, who has not sent a mail? Noori is present but not sent mail. Anybody else? Noori, please send me a mail at nitga3@gmail.com. Okay, anybody else apart from these people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 117. Noori. So 17 people are present, or anybody else is there? Is anybody else is there? I can tell you about Maninder, Chaya, Karthi, then Anuradha, Sangeeta, Swapna, Jyoti, Raj, Amitabha, Anjana, Anjali, Vishnu, Shravanam, Anil, Sophia, Arya. 16 people have sent me a mail, and one person, Noori, has not sent me a mail. Right. Anybody else is there online? Seems that that's it, right? So no, I just want to be sure that we have got around 17 people only participating over here. So I just want to be sure 17 people are participating in this, because I've got 17. Others are like normal logins, right? Right. Can I send it from Owen, sir? It's K30. I want you. Why you want to send on Owen right now? I mean, you can send me on Gmail. Send me through Gmail only. I want your Gmail IDs. Okay. So, yeah. Kate Kharija, you don't have a Gmail ID. We are on day 2 of Google program. Without a Gmail ID, how are you doing a lab or a practice or do anything? So, NH33, Chennai, you don't have a Gmail ID. I am disappointed. Please, NH33, you please, yeah, K30, please create a Gmail ID. It's very funny actually. You don't have a Gmail ID. Please create a Gmail ID. So I think then it will become 18, and I want you to send me through Gmail ID only. It is not so difficult to create a Gmail ID. Hopefully, if you know Java or are going to teach Google App Engine, you need a Gmail ID, please. Otherwise, you will not be able to deploy anything. And it is free, so don't worry about the charges. So we are through with one more very important demo of a small program which is creating a connector or a API. Okay. Now, if everything else fails, and it may fail, right now what we did was from scratch I created this application. But what I have also done is to make it easier for this kind of a course to run. For faculty, I understand what happens is that we need solutions and we need them right now. So okay, in this when I'm going to upload this to a place location, and you will be able to access it. I have also put in task file. Task file are pre-built components which you have to plug in to your new application. If everything else fails, there is a solution also available. This is a working solution which we zipped it and put it here. So if you are not able to do it, you can pick up this zip file and I'll show you how to import it into Eclipse and use it. Do you understand this? Okay, so what I'm talking about, I think I just got 15 minutes till 11. So I will show you the small step, which is that if you fail and you want to still see a solution, that how does it actually work without, you may have missed a step, mistyped something, done something wrong. So the solution is present over here. So in the theorem, when you get it online, so there will be data files for faculty. In that there will be activities. This is the first one, and it has got two things. One is the task file, that is the individual files which are used to create the task, and the solution which is here. So what you do is you unzip it. Let's say extract here. And this will be an existing project which is already there. So just extract it out, and once you do that, then you can import it into Eclipse and run it by changing the project ID. You will need to give your own project ID, which is through your Gmail. You create your own project ID, put it in this. Can you tell me from which point this App Engine program starts? Like the Java program starts from main. Okay, see, right now this this is like your servlet or your web application. So right now this is an API. This is not a complete program. There was no main in this. So let's try to think differently. Here, this is an API which will be executed when you go to a link and you call that particular function. So we went to that link using _AH Explorer, API Explorer, and there we entered the form, we filled it, and we said executed it. At that point of time, that API function will get invoked. Okay, so that's how it is working. Okay, so this is activity number 4.1, I think. So what I was trying to tell you was that these are the three projects we have run till now. My Endpoint, Hello World, and Hello Maven. The steps are there in that guide, and also I have uploaded this in okay, data files for faculty is present over here in my Google Drive. Chapter wise, chapter 4, activities, activity 1, task files. What you can do is probably you can go to activity 1 and right click it and download. Okay, I have to give permission to each of you to be able to use this. So that is why I needed your Gmail ID. Now what we should do is right now I will give permissions. Data files for faculty. So I need to enter the email address. Can view. See whether you are able to view this data files for faculty. I will just send you. I have received your Gmail addresses. We have Gmail address. Yeah, I have got this Gmail address. 1. So okay, like this I will add, and you will get an email. Please find data files for faculty for Google App Engine. You get this mail, and using this you will get a link. So go to that link and you will be able to access data files for faculty, and you will be able to download it. Don't download everything together, download lesson by lesson or activity by activity, the files which are there. So it will take me some time to put in all the names. I will do this after the studio time is over. So what I was showing you also was, what you have to do is, you will get this data files. So on the home, in the solution folder, the solution would already be there. This has got the working solution. What you need to do is download it, unzip it. Let me just delete this my endpoint because it's already working. I have another solution. So here there's an import option. Import, then another import dot dot dot. Go to Maven, existing Maven project. If it is a Maven project, if it is a normal project, then under general, existing project into workspace. But if it is a Maven project, which initial projects are, click over here, and over here specify the path where you unzipped it. This is the path where that particular file is unzipped, the solution is unzipped. So it is finding that particular my endpoint, and click on finish. So you see this my endpoint which has come over here. So it has come over here from the existing repository. That is, it has already, the solution was there, running solution. So I don't have to do anything here. So this is a ready-made solution. You just have to go to WebINF App Engine, change the Splendor sector 9010.4 to the project ID which you create using your Gmail ID, and then you can deploy this onto the system. This is a working solution. You can try the steps. If everything fails, there is always a working solution available for you to deploy. But that deployment also requires you to be a little intelligent. That is, you need to put in your own project ID. So that's what it is. And we are almost reaching 11 o'clock, which is there. So this is one project which I would want you to, those who have not been able to touch Google, please try to touch it. I will try to connect through Google, Adobe link is there with everyone, right? So I will be online here, and then we can try this API Explorer exercise activity in the from 11 to 1, and we come back at 1 sharp, and we continue from here, and after that, what I just now showed you, the steps are also present. How to import, an existing file, existing project. Okay, so there is a task 3.1, importing existing Maven project in Eclipse. Okay, so in this you have steps which I just now did to import the solution and run it. It's like more of a copying and doing it together. If you have steps, you miss out on any step. So, so what we are doing is here we are importing some other project which is some kind of a guest book application. So we did this activity 4.1 till here we have done. There is, sorry, I've gone too ahead. Yeah. Activity 4.2 is there. Adding a new endpoint function in the existing backend API. So this one we will do once we come back from this break. And I'll ask Studio Audio. We have time? No. Do we have time now? No. We are through with. So I'm almost reached 11 o'clock. A very good morning to all of you. And two people have not, Noori and M. Thanija, have not sent me a mail. You will not get data files for faculty. So please send me a Gmail mail from NIT GAE. And if you don't get, if you have issues, I will put some kind of chat using Gmail account, so or even Adobe Connect. So we will do that. Yes, please. What is the question? Sent mail. Okay, so one person, NS33, has just now created Gmail account and sent me a mail. Excellent. And Noori is remaining. Oh, or maybe both of them have sent. I don't know. So today's attendance was through Gmail. That means if you sent me a mail, you are present. So great. So I stop now at 11 o'clock exactly, and at 1 o'clock we'll come back and start from this activity. Okay. And now I will go and give you the permission to use this data file. You don't really need data files for this activity, but still I will send this mail to all of you through my Google account, to your Google account. So keep monitoring your Google account now, Gmail account. Right, thank you for your patience with Google App Engine.